April 9th seems like a long time ago. It wasn't, but a lot of things have occurred in the Phillies' own backyard during the first 80 home dates of the season. Over 3 million fans flooded the gates at Citizens Bank Park for a 6th straight season to watch their favorite team. Plenty of memorable swings, plenty of memorable pitches, and plenty of perfect baseball moments. More than 5 months of baseball will come to a close tonight here in Philadelphia. It's the final regular season home game of the 2012 season here at Citizens Bank Park, and it's a salute to the greatest fans in baseball. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Chris Wheeler. Murph and Sarge will be around in just a little bit. We say goodbye to Philadelphia, at least for the regular season for the Phils tonight. They finish up this series against the Washington Nationals. More than 3 million fans have come through the gates this year, and they've seen some pretty cool things.
Great season, Tom. No postseason this year, but really some good ball games here. And as you mentioned, the fans bring such life to this place. Let's go back to this game in May against the Houston Astros. Hunter Pence was still here. He got a breaking ball from Brett Myers and a nice little walk-off home run. Then Placido Polanco hits this ball up the middle. It looks like they're going to go another inning into extra innings, but Todd Helton doesn't get to the bag, and the Phillies win that. This is about as dramatic as it got right there. Jim Thome on a Saturday afternoon against the Rays to deep left center field, and did that ever light this place up? Such a thrill to see Jim Thome still be able to do that. How about the night Chase Utley came back? Phillies fans waiting all year for this guy to be back in the lineup. James McDonald, the pitcher. First time up, Chase Utley goes way out. 300 home runs now for Ryan Howard, and here it goes the other day against the Atlanta Braves. A beautiful Saturday afternoon, and Ryan goes out to dead center field. And just for good measure, maybe this kid really fits into the Phillies' plans. They like what they've seen so far. Darren Ruff with his first major league hit, and it turns out to be a home run. Look at the way the Phillies have improved this year. The way they started out, we kept saying, what's going on? 17-29 in this ballpark. The last 34 games, 23-11, and that includes losing 3 games in this current homestand. So Phillies really did pick it up at home, Tom, as it went along. And one of the reasons is because of the great fan base that comes out here and roots for this team night after night, day after day.
Always electric here in Philadelphia, and it will be electric for one more night as the Phillies say goodbye to their fans here in 2012. The pitchers for tonight, Gio Gonzalez will go for his 21st win. Tyler Cloyd coming off a very solid outing his last time out against the New York Mets. He got a whole boatload of runs. He's hoping for the same thing. Our fans are hoping for the same thing, too. Young, old, it doesn't matter what their age. They're going to settle in and enjoy one more night of baseball here in Philadelphia. The lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light Lime. Summer is calling. By Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross. We're creating a more coordinated healthcare system that is built around you. Independence Blue Cross, changing the game. field behind right-hander Tyler Cloyd. It's the final regular season home game of the 2012 campaign. It's been a heck of a year for the fans. More than $3 million on hand the entire year. A record-setting year once again for the Phillies and their fans. And it's unfortunate that it doesn't look like there's going to be postseason baseball for the Phils, but hopefully they can finish off tonight's slate on a positive note. Let's take a look at the Nationals starting lineup. Brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off in right field, Jason Worth. Bryce Harper bats second. Ryan Zimmerman hits third, followed by Adam LaRoche and Michael Morris. Ian Desmond, the shortstop, bats sixth. Danny Espinosa hits seventh. Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, will bat eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is left-hander Gio Gonzalez. And they'll face right-hander Tyler Cloyd. Cloyd making his sixth start of the year here in the big leagues. He's 2-1 with an ERA of 3.86. He's won 17 games between the minor leagues and the majors. No matter what happens tonight, this has been a great year for Tyler Cloyd.
A great year for him to get a chance to pitch in the major leagues here in the month of September, and he's done a good job in some of the games that he's been able to pitch. Look what he did in the minor leagues with those great numbers, and he's pitched up here and won a couple of ball games too. He had 16 runs of support his last time out. The Phillies threw up a snowman in the first inning last week in New York, an 8th spot, and he was able to ride that.
Well, let's see what they could do if they could do that same thing tonight. Jason Worth is strutting to the plate. Be interested to see what kind of reaction Jason gets after last night.
Playing in right field, number 28, Jason Worth.
Well, it's kind of the normal reaction that Jason's been receiving since he signed with the Nationals. What happened last night is that Jason had a foul ball, as we were talking about on the air last night, that he raised to the sky, faked to the fans, and then threw it into the dugout. And that caught the wrath of the fans in the 9th inning. And then he came back and rolled a 2-run single into center to help the Nationals ice the game.
Yeah, he got a big clutch hit for them last night. That game, a lot different game if it had stayed at 1 run, or it could have been a lot different game.
Up high. Oh, no, a strike letter high. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Worth. Worth on the year is hitting 285, or excuse me, 304, with 5 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Oh, and 2 the count. And a little low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Floyd this year 3-0 with the Reading Phillies in 4 ball games, 12-1 with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. And that one just barely missed the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Worth. Home plate umpire is Mike McGlinskey. Rob Drake is over at first. Andy Fletcher's at second, and Joe West, the crew chief, is at third. And a ground ball foul into the Nationals dugout off the fingertips of Andy Rabel. And somebody down there will get a souvenir. 2-2 the count. Hit over to shortstop. Rollins will backhand, and he has to hurry the throw. And a nice stretch by Howard. What away here at the top of the first. That'll bring Bryce Harper to the plate. Harper provides us with our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Well, first inning last night off Kyle Kendrick, Jason Worth had walked real good at bat. At first pitch changeup, and he shows you what a good low ball hitter he is. That he hit that thing way out the left center field.
Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Frostproof Coors Light. So Harper 262 on the year with 20 home runs and 56 runs batted in. 23 doubles, 9 triples, 17 stolen bases. And he drills that one foul. It's 0-1.
I think you notice about these Washington Nationals, we talked about how they strike out a lot, which they do, but boy, do they swing. They have a really aggressive hitting team. That's another reason why they strike out a lot, but they hit a lot of home runs.
Rick Eckstein has been their hitting coach for the last several years, but he is certainly earning accolades with what he's done with this club and what he's done with Bryce Harper, who starts the first inning with a solo home run to right center field. It's his 2nd home run of the series, and the Nationals are on top 1-0.
That's what I mean. You know, you saw him get out front that first fastball, and then he timed that one a little bit better. pulled it way foul, and then this one way fair to deep right center field. You just can't stay up in that zone in this league, especially left-handed hitters.
Well, Harper now with 23 runs scored here in the month of September. He's 2 shy of Mickey Mantle's major league record for runs scored by a teenager in a calendar month. Ryan Zimmerman takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Talk about a quadruple double all the time. Doubles, figures in doubles, triples, homers, and stolen bases. Really tough to get. He needs one more triple at age 19. Just a remarkable debut for this guy, considering he started in, what, May?
He didn't even start the season with the Nationals. It's 0-2 to Zimmerman.
He'll probably make their club out of spring training next year.
Zimmerman overall 24 home runs, 94 runs batted in. He's also scored 90 runs despite the fact that he was on the DL for a couple months. He is 2 for 9 in the series so far. Inside 1-2. And a foul tip. Kratz holds on. 2 outs here in the first. First strikeout for Cloyd. And there are 2 outs for Adam LaRoche. Well, we said they hit a lot of home runs and they strike out. So they've done both here in the top of the first. LaRoche 32 home runs, 98 runs batted in. He has struck out, as you saw there, 5 times in the series, 3 times last night, 1 for 7 overall. And he takes a strike at the knees on a cutter, and it's 0-1.
He can be a little bit streaky, can Adam LaRoche. Obviously, they feel he's a pull hitter. Even pulling the outfield, as you see where Mayberry is, towards right center a little bit. And a big pull defense in the infield.
Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Especially off a right-hander like Cloyd, who is not a real hard thrower.
Ground ball toward first. Big hop for Howard, who will flip it to Cloyd covering him. The side is retired. However, the Nationals strike first, just as they did last night on a home run by Bryce Harper. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Nationals 1 and the Phillies coming up. Take a look at the Phillies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Kevin Franzen, the third baseman, bats second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Ryan Howard and John Mayberry Jr. Darren Ruff's in left field. He'll bat sixth tonight. Dominic Brown hits seventh. Eric Kratz gets the start behind the plate. He'll hit eighth. And batting ninth and pitching, is Tyler Cloyd, of course. And they'll face left-hander Gio Gonzalez, who's tied for the Major League lead, the National League lead in victories with 20. He's tied with R.A. Dickey, who won his 20th today.
Well, you may be looking at the Cy Young Award winner right here, or maybe it's going to be R.A. Dickey, or maybe it's going to be somebody else. But these two guys, Dickey and Gonzalez, have been unbelievable, both in this division. Look at the pitches that Gio Gonzalez will feature. Really good fastball, but he has an outstanding curveball. Right-handed hitters don't hit him a whole lot. He's 2-1 lifetime against the Phillies. All those decisions coming this year.
He's a former Philly prospect, too. The Phillies acquired him from the White Sox and then sent him back to the White Sox. Rollins leads it off and takes outside. Rollins, 248 with 23 home runs and 67 runs batted in. It's been solid this year here at Citizens Bank Park. Hit a home run last night.
Gonzalez will be a two-pitch pitcher for the most part. A lot of fastballs, and then his curveball is his second pitch. He'll throw changeup, but it'll probably be fastball, curveball to most hitters.
Throws a strike to Rollins. It's 2-1.
And sneaking up on, or he has 200 innings pitched. You wonder how he'll be able to handle all this. 200 hits. He's going to have 200 strikeouts, or 200 innings. I mean, 200 strikeouts eventually.
Ground ball to shortstop. Ian Desmond is there. And one away here in the first.
He has the 200 strikeouts right now, 201. First national, or a guy from Washington, to strike out that many since a guy named Walter Johnson. Not bad company. But here are our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Nissan, the final home game of the year. And could he be the Cy Young Award winner, or Gio Gonzalez going to get a lot of considerations? He would like to win this game tonight, and the Phillies would like to not allow him to win this game. The Phillies come into play tonight 40-40 in this ballpark. Would like to finish over 500, especially where they had to come from.
It's one of the oddities of the year. The Phillies are right at 500 here at home. Kevin Franzen is the batter, and he hits the first pitch to the left side. Big hop for Ryan Zimmerman, who awkwardly throws it over to first, and there are 2 outs. Well, just 5 pitches, 2 away. And Chase Utley's coming to the plate.
Probably faces a lot more right-handed hitters than left because they stock lineups that way. But they're hitting 197 against him, and he has struck out 149 hitters right-handed. That's amazing for a left-handed pitcher.
It's 2/3 of his strikeout total.
Like I said, probably a lot of teams don't even play that many left-handed hitters against him because he's so nasty on them.
Chase with 11 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Takes high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Anything he does a little bit helps left-handed hitters. He pitches from the third base side of the rubber. If this guy was over further and coming from the side towards you, boy, there'll be a lot of pulling off.
Well, the Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Bev Grazioli, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Phillies hit a home run at tonight's ball game, and Bev will win $100. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Utley. Chase with 199 home runs.
Out of Hialeah, Florida. Gio Gonzalez in Miami area.
White Sox selected him in the first round of the 2004 draft. So we mentioned traded him to the Phillies, who then traded him back to Chicago, who then traded him to Oakland. And that's where he really cut his teeth in the majors before the Nationals acquired him, because the A's just felt like they couldn't pay him.
Yeah, they would like to have had him this year, as good as Oakland's been. Think what he would have done for them.
That ball's pulled toward the hole. A base hit for Utley. A 2-out single. And here comes Ryan Howard. Howard is 0 for 3 against Gonzalez this year. Howard with 14 home runs, 56 runs batted in. You know, the year didn't start out the way Gio Gonzalez had hoped. In fact, he was lit up in his first outing with the Nationals, and I'm sure there were some folks that walked away thinking, what did we trade all those guys for this guy for? Well, he certainly has settled in. 0-1 pitch. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I figure he's their #1 guy going into postseason play, and Zimmerman second. Pretty good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, I would think that, you know, that they have obviously 6 games left after this. They might throw him for a little bit next week, but then they may not even throw him at all.
Yeah, it depends. Phillies have done both those things over the years, getting their rotation ready for postseason play.
Howard tried to check. He went, says Mike McGlinskey. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Him trying to hold up on a breaking ball and did make an attempt there. Good call.
How Utley goes. Pitch is taken low, and it's dropped by Suzuki. That is the 10th stolen base of the year for Chase Utley.
They picked a curveball to run on. Suzuki really didn't have much chance, and that's 12 out of 13 now have been successful when they run on Gio Gonzalez. Here it is. Good jump. Breaking ball in the dirt. Tough ball to hit.
Saw Ryan Zimmerman hustling over to third. He knows the player that Chase Utley is. Nobody was covering third.
And now he has to stay over in that area.
2-2 pitch coming to Ryan Howard. Almost hit him. It's 3-2.
And right-handed hitter on deck, and Mayberry, and he loves that curveball as Gonzalez, especially left-handed hitters. I'd be surprised if he throws him another one, see if he'll chase.
Couldn't chase that one. It's ball 4, and the Phillies have first and second with 2 outs. John Mayberry's coming up.
That curveball was chasing him.
During the 2012 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball program. Mayberry 14 home runs and 46 runs batted in. See his numbers here at Citizens Bank Park. You want to talk about being split right down the middle. Mayberry's numbers are pretty much right down the middle, home and road. Takes a fastball for strike 1.
Gonzalez will have games where he'll throw a lot of pitches in just a few innings and they have to get him out. He can run up a pitch count and get wild the way he is right now. He's all over the place. But you talk about a pitcher can be effectively wild, because he can throw those things he's throwing right now, and then he'll just throw a nasty pitch and get you out.
Phillies beat him on the 25th of August, 4-2. It was a battle between Gonzalez and Roy Halladay.
He's all over the place right now.
Davey Johnson taking a look at the lineup card. There's Bo Porter. Congratulations to Bo Porter for being named the manager of the Houston Astros. A good guy. He's the kind of guy that Sarge would like to say is a friend of the program. Since he interviews him all the time for the pregame radio show.
And now he's going to be a manager, but he'll be in the American League. Sarge probably go up to Kissimmee and interview him this year in spring training.
Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
You see him come back and throw a nasty pitch right there. It's probably the first changeup he's thrown. There's what he did as a minor league manager one season.
He is a Houston native.
Yeah. He's also an Iowa Hawkeye. Played for AT PHI.
Yeah, I should say he's a Houston native. He lives in Houston now. His wife is a Houston native.
He was a defensive back at Iowa.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to John Mayberry. Mayberry lays off, so the runners will be going on this pitch.
21 pitches, too, and he got the first 2 hitters out fast.
5 pitches, the first 2 hitters. Darren Ruff on deck.
3rd straight start for him.
Utley and Howard go. The 3-2 way inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks by Gonzalez. The bases are loaded for Darren Ruff. And Steve McCatty will head out to the mound. Kurt Suzuki was out earlier.
Really overthrowing.
A couple of occasions where Gonzalez was looking into the dugout after he threw a certain pitch. His velocity's been good. It's at 94. It's just that his command has been off, which is a good thing. And the Phillies are trying to capitalize, down 1-0 here at the top of the first.
It could be something. Could be something mechanical with him that McCatty can just remind him of right now. When you miss by that much, normally it's something mechanical.
Darren Ruff is 3 for 9 so far in the big leagues. His home run came with his first major league hit. Now the first pitch to him. Takes low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Charlie was talking about him tonight, how much he likes how quick he is with the bat, but also how he has a feel for the strike zone. Now granted, he hasn't seen many right-handed pitchers with breaking balls coming around him yet. So that'll be another whole experiment. But against these lefties, he's been pretty good.
Well, he's got the bases loaded with the count 1-0. And now 2-0.
See, the fish ain't biting on him. And one thing you've noticed in the first couple games is he runs deeper counts. Now, will he go after something here, or will he, lock into half the plate? We'll see how he approaches the 2-0 triples.
A liner towards center field. Harper going back. It's over his head. It's a 1-hop off the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Howard. Mayberry will score. It's a 3-run double for Darren Ruff. And the Phillies take the lead here in the bottom of the first. And he does have an idea.
Well, he does, Tom. Had a long talk with Charlie about Ruff tonight before the game, sitting in his office, and he was going over a few things about him that he really likes, and one of them is the fact that about running the count, that he has pitch recognition. He doesn't chase a lot of bad balls. And when he gets his pitch, he's really quick. Watch how quick he is to this. And he likes the ball down. For a right-handed hitter, he looks like he's really a low ball hitter. They'll pick up on that after a while and see if he'll chase upstairs as it goes along. But right now, you throw him balls down the zone, he gets good swings at him.
5 RBIs now for Ruff in his last 4 appearances. Dominic Brown is the hitter. Brown takes outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
Charlie was kidding about that. He says, I don't want to call him a low ball hitter because I don't want them to know that yet. Well, it won't take long to see that for a right-handed hitter, he likes the ball down.
Well, the Phillies have put a 3 spot on the board here at the bottom of the first. Brown ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. 2-0 the count.
That baby absolutely flew off his bat. So you don't teach what he just did. When that ball was hit, Harper thought he had a really good angle on it. No chance it was out there so fast.
It's kind of like Harper's home run last night.
Yeah, just took off. That's, they haven't seen much of him. A little bit they have. And, baseball people will just shake their head when they see something like that because you don't teach it.
This is the 7th man to bat in the first inning against Gio Gonzalez. He's thrown 28 pitches. This will be pitch number 29. Brown was taking.
Yeah, he got 2 outs about as quickly and easily as you can get him on 2 little weak ground balls to start the inning. And then Chase got the base hit in the hole. Then he got wild, and Ruff got him to 2-0 and ambushed him.
A ball 4. 3rd walk of the inning for Gio Gonzalez. Give Phillies some credit. After, as Will said, after the first 2 hitters, they've kind of changed the way they've approached Gio Gonzalez. It's partly due to Gio Gonzalez.
Yeah, he has been really wild. They're going to go. Are they? No, I thought they were going to go to the phone.
I think they're thinking about it. I think he's at the point, I mean, where you want to make sure that you have him right before the playoffs, and it's only the first inning.
Yeah, I don't like seeing this right now because he's a guy they're thinking about. He's our #1 guy without Strasburg.
Eric Kratz getting the start tonight, 254 with 9 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Kratz takes way inside, 1-0. 19 balls, 12 strikes for Gio Gonzalez.
That's pretty bad. Suzuki's wearing it out. Going back and forth tonight.
Kurt Suzuki caught Gio Gonzalez in Oakland last year, so he knows everything about him. He knows idiosyncrasies, everything about him. You would think.
Yeah, it's hard to catch a guy right now who's this wild.
Phillies have scored 3 in the first. And the count is 2-0 to Eric Kratz, with runners on first and second.
No.
Well, he threw him a changeup, and it's 2-1.
Thrown a couple changeups in this inning, mostly fastball, curveball, the way you would expect. He scored some inning runs for Tyler Cloyd. Huh?
That's nice after they scored the 1 to get 3 here in the bottom of the first. Maybe some more with Ruff at second and Brown over at first. Charlie Manuel was saying today, he's talking about Eric Kratz and what a job he's done. Charlie and I talked a while yesterday about Eric Kratz and Kevin Franzen, but today he felt like Eric Kratz, at least at this point, has earned the backup catcher's job for 2013, and in a big way. Loves the offense his catchers are putting up, and the potential between Ruiz and Kratz in 2013.
You'd love one of them to hit left-handed.
Well, that's why the Phillies were fortunate with Brian Schneider the last few years. There's Carlos, who gets the day off today. We'll catch tomorrow. We'll catch on Saturday.
Yeah, he's holding up really well, thankfully.
Kratz pushes it to right field. He swung one-handed, and Worth makes the catch. So the Phillies send 8 men to the plate here in the bottom of the first. They get a 3-run bases-clearing double by Darren Ruff to center field. It took off over the head of Bryce Harper, and then the base runners did the rest. We go to the second. Phillies up by 2. camera operators, to all the great folks over in the control room at the Wells Fargo Center, to Christine up here in the booth, to Carl Graber, our statistician. But, you know, you think about all the work that goes into putting a Phillies game on TV. It's an awful lot of responsibility. And for more on that, let's turn it over to our buddy Murph. Murph, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, T-Mac. And you're absolutely right. It takes dozens and dozens of folks. But on this night, we're going to single out one particular guy who's been a part of Philadelphia sports television for 32 years. And he's here in the and we're going to surprise him because he doesn't know we're coming. But John Haas is here. And, John, is it hard to believe that after 32 years, this is your last broadcast here in Philadelphia?
Well, I kind of like it better when you're on the other side.
I get that a lot, John, but thank you. Let's talk about you were part of the Prism broadcast back in the 80s, and you've seen the change of sports television here in Philadelphia. What's been the biggest change as you sat in this chair and many others in the television industry?
Well, for us, the biggest change is from going to tape to digital disc so that we can replay anything. When you were on tape, you could not being recorded, and you can mess things up pretty good.
We should point out that John is one of the guys, Isaac and Jeff also here, that run the tapes. All the replays you see on television, that's all these guys hard at work and getting the pictures just right. Do you have one great memory from your 32-plus years in television?
Well, that's tough. Actually, my biggest memory is that 4:30 in the morning game. Yeah, we were at that game, and the sun was coming up when we got done with that game.
Yeah, that's how hard these guys work. Well, on behalf of all of us here at PHL 17 and Comcast Sports, and all your colleagues who put this all together, John, good luck in your retirement and best luck. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thanks.
All right, T-Mac, Wheels, back to you guys.
All right, Murph. Well, Mike Morse has just taken Tyler Cloyd into the flower bed in left field to make this a one-run game. For Morse, it was his 15th home run of the year, and it's the second home run allowed by Tyler Cloyd. Both home runs are solo shots. So right into the chute here in the second. It's a one-run game.
Charlie Manuel always say a home run is nothing more than a fly ball that winds up on the other side of the fence. This is way up in the air. You talk about high. Both the outfielders are out there thinking they have a shot at it, and it just kept going and going and left the ballpark.
So a home run by Harper, a home run by Morse.
That was a nice little thing Murph just did and the guys just did on John. John's known John since the old Prism days. I did that doubleheader that night that he was talking about, and we all got home when the sun was coming up. And I know one thing John is going to miss is the ice cream in the press room. He didn't miss that many nights.
Aren't we all going to miss that once the season comes to a close? Yeah, John, we want to thank you for everything from our standpoint that you've done for the Phillies broadcasts over the years.
Absolutely. Long time.
The ball's hit hard to third. Snagged on one hop by Franzen. That's a pretty good play for John to replay.
Now, I think that Franzen, to tell you, that ball caught him.
Whew. This is what John Haas does back in the control room. Watch it.
Oh. That's a hot corner.
Yeah.
That's when they call it that.
Now we want to clarify. John replays it, but Greg Farnese was on the camera there in left field.
A lot of teamwork goes into what the guys doing. We're really lucky to work with these men and women day in and day out with this telecast.
Amen to that. Danny Espinosa is now the hitter. Espinosa 253 with 16 home runs, 54 runs batted in. 3-2, Phillies on top here in the second. And he bunts right side. Cloyd gets to it, flips with his glove. Very athletic. Had to be too. If that had gotten past him, it would have been a base hit for Espinosa.
Yeah, he just dragged it real nice. Left-handed hitter can run a little bit. Switch hitter batting left-handed there. Pretty good drag bunt. The idea is to get it away from the pitcher, and the second baseman's not going to be able to get you, but nice play by Cloyd. Athletic.
2 outs. Kurt Suzuki's the hitter. Suzuki had 3 hits in game 1 of this series. He had 2 hits yesterday, so he's 5 for 8.
This guy's been tough in this series. He's gotten some big hits. batting eighth. They want him to catch and throw and don't worry about his offense that much. Been a big contributor.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. Field is still looking beautiful. Ground ball over to third. It'll go foul.
No Winter Classic this year.
No Winter Classic. No.
They'll be able to take care of it a little bit better.
Well, let's face it. You know, all the work they put in the off season with this new surface put down, it's really held up well considering the 3 concerts that have been here and all the games that have been played.
Great ballpark.
With a foul ball, and it remains 1-2. I think we're biased, but with the fans and the way this ballpark was built, it's tough to find a better place to watch a baseball game for the overall experience of it, the energy, electricity, everything.
Great place.
1-2 pitch to Suzuki. And that just missed. 2-2. This time it's fair over near Franzen. He gets to stay on his feet. He throws a little low, and Ryan Howard's been digging over there at first base. So Mike Morse has made it a 1-run game with his home run. However, we go to the bottom of the second. The Phillies have the lead. That for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text AT-BAT to 31826 or visit Phillies.com for details. Tyler Cloyd will lead it off here in the bottom of the second. Phillies up 3-2. Gio Gonzalez threw 37 pitches in the first inning. outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty good swing by Tyler Cloyd, who has 1 hit in 9 at-bats as a major league hitter.
He puts the ball in play for the most part and does have a good swing. He's athletic.
He's down on strikes. It's the first strikeout for Gonzalez, number 202 for the season.
Now that hook's a great equalizer.
For a pitcher or for any player?
Oh, for most people, yeah.
Oh, we're saying goodbye to John Haas over in our control room, and we're also saying goodbye following this ball game to the great Rob DiClemente, the Phillies bat boy. He's been there for quite some time, and Rob is going to finish off his college degree. Yes, even Rob is in college, even though the face looks like he's 15.
He's a Temple guy.
Rob is a great guy, just like as all the folks are that are in the clubhouse. They do great work, and fans have gotten to know him a little bit over the years just because they watch him on TV, come to the games, and see him go back and forth.
And he was a big part of the freeze the other night.
He was.
He got a lot of face time.
Yep. In fact, Darren Ruff said something to him, and Rob just kept tossing the baseball up in the air.
Rob did a good job with it.
Well, we want to wish Rob the best. I'm sure we'll see him here at the ballpark as Rollins is aboard with a 1-out single.
Sure hope so. Nice young man, and he has been here through the really great run that the Phillies have put together. Rob DiClemente is one of those guys that this team never loses, do they?
Some of the other members of the Phillies television crew, Matt Wall. There's Andy Rabel. His hands are rock solid over there. Mike Miller, who's high first. Some great shots all the time. Bernie, they named a dance after Bernie, and because he's in center field, they have to, because he's the center of attention. Rollins draws the throw.
Bernie does a great job out there with it. All the guys do. With that center field camera, use that one a lot.
Center field camera and our behind home plate shot. Charlie O'Gara, who is the other part of the Abbott and Costello that is Bernie Lehman and Charlie O'Gara.
Miss those guys.
Want to know the count?
Come out here early a lot of afternoons and work out in the booth, and guys are out here, and it's just fun to listen to them and talk with them and hear what's going on, because you learn a lot about the world.
Bernie, Charlie O'Gara, and Bill Egbert. Eggie's not here tonight. Line drive, base hit to center for Kevin Franzen. Rollins stops at second. Runners on first and second. High third. Dean's over there. He's always there. Get some great shots. I mean, the artistry of working one of those cameras.
I like to stand up here just before we go back on the air and stand up there with Charlie.
Can't do it, can you?
Who's ever up there? No. He says, come on, you could do this. I cannot. But I love to watch how they follow the ball. And then when you see the red light come on, you know their shot is then on the air. It's pretty neat.
Chase Utley's the hitter with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
See what they're going to do with Gonzalez here tonight. How long they wanted him to go, and obviously it's going to be a shorter outing than they hoped they would get from him.
Outside, 2-0. The count to Utley. Outside, it's 3-0.
Come on this telecast talking about Gio Gonzalez winning the Cy Young Award. He's been that good this year, and tonight he's just all over the place.
There's a lot of debate as to whether it'll be Gio Gonzalez, R.A. Dickey, or Craig Kimbrell. A lot of folks who think it's going to be Kimbrell. Some think it'll be Dickey because of the strikeouts and the knuckleball. Runners are dancing. Gonzalez steps off to fake Franzen back.
You know, it's been a while there. They didn't have a whole lot of 20-game winners in Major League Baseball. Talking about two of them right now in R.A. Dickey and Gio Gonzalez.
The other guy is Johnny Cueto, who has 19 wins. Tough to forget about Johnny Cueto.
I think one of his biggest problems tonight is his command of his fastball. Lack of command.
Well, they got a pretty good pitch to swing at there, and he runs it to 3-2.
He got a fastball to hit. This guy's such a strikeout pitcher, and you have a left situation here. Easy throw for Suzuki. Probably won't run.
Utley hits it in the air to right center field. Playable for Worth. Rollins won't tag. It's not that deep. Yeah, they're 2 away. Well, here are the Cy Young Award candidates for the National League that we put together. Cueto 19-9 with a 2.83 ERA. Well, I don't know. Kimbrel's been done. It's remarkable strikeout wise, innings pitched.
Right. What we don't have on there, of course, are his innings pitched and the number of strikeouts that he had for a relief pitcher. Nothing happens when he comes in the game, so that's so important.
R.A. Dickey, though, look at that, 227 2/3 innings for a knuckleballer and 222 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's had a big season.
Aroldis Chapman was probably in that conversation maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and he still had a heck of a year. That ball gets away from Kurt Suzuki.
And no surprise, 3 out of those 4 guys, their teams are going to postseason.
They're going to score that I believe a pass ball.
My Cy Young Award winner is Kimbrel. I've said that all year, but oh gosh, he got crossed up. Wow, he lucky he didn't get hurt on that. He was expecting a curveball and got a fastball. Wow, that's really tough. Guy throws 95 miles an hour. Just what Kimbrel does for that team. I don't know. I could lose with any of them.
0-1 the count to Howard. 3 infielders on the right side, and now Suzuki's going to continue to wear that path out between the plate and the mound.
They call that wild pitch or pass
ball. They may change it though once they see the replay.
Yeah, that should be a wild pitch when the guy crosses a catcher up like that. Unless they're not allowed to score it that way, I don't know. Sometimes you don't know. You don't know all the scoring rules.
Mike McConey is the official scorer tonight. He's one of the best in the league.
Mike's really good.
Howard lays off. 1-1 the count. Sees something. Up the first base line, a fair ball, and that'll do it for the second. So Gonzalez 55 pitches through the first 2 innings tonight. Phillies leave a couple in scoring position, hanging on to a 1-run lead as we go to the 3rd here in Philadelphia. question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. And Wheels, please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, on this date in 1977, the Phillies clinched the National League East with a win in Chicago. Wheels is laughing, so he must know the Phillies pitcher who hit a home run.
Now, you saw the answer, and you know why I'm laughing, right?
The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning.
He had a late swing and hit it to deep right center.
Oh, boy.
Way out of Wrigley Field.
Gio Gonzalez leads it off here in the 3rd. Wheels, I also wondered if you know where Waldo is.
No.
There's a strike. 1-1.
Go ahead, show me. Where is he? You
Did you find him?
No. Zoop. Bing. Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Looks like Al Franken.
Retro night here at the ballpark. Waldo was everywhere Murph was.
Yeah.
So he must be looking for Murph.
And Murph is avoiding him, I'm sure. Maybe get Murph back from across the street. No, not Al Franken.
The lady next to him must be wondering, what the heck is going on? Am I going to win a prize? Swing and a miss. Cutter from Floyd. That's his 2nd strikeout. Well, we were freezing out one of our favorite guys tonight in honor of Darren Ruff. We were freezing out the great Greg Farnese out in left field. We showed everybody except for Greg, and he was okay with it, I think. Some of his family may have called and said, why aren't they showing you? And there he is. Greg's made a lot of friends out there in front of Harry the K's. He's been invited to a lot of barbecues over the years. He's been given some cheesesteak spring rolls from out there at Harry the K's.
You talk about people who've been around this ballpark for a long time. His dad Aldo, tremendous cameraman for a long time, and Greg's filled his shoes since then, and we appreciate both those guys for all they've done around the vet and also here.
0-2 the count to Jason Worth. Up high, 1-2. Over to second base. I have to say, Jason said all the right things in the papers today about the booing and about what happened last night at the end of the game. And he continued to say how much playing here in Philadelphia helped shape who he is as a player, how much he appreciated the fans, the stadium, and everything about his time here. The boos were getting louder, though.
He can bring them on himself. He's good at that.
Here's Bryce Harper. He homered his first time up. He takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Here's Harper. He just keeps it up. That was just a fastball that was up a little bit, and he deposited in the seats in right center field. And you look up and he's crossing home plate the way he runs out his homers even. Not quite that fast, but
it's pretty quick.
Yeah, he does. He runs around the bases. He doesn't admire them.
Oh, he really jumps. I mean, he jumps at the ball.
He attacks. You just wonder what kind of player he's going to be as his career goes along. He'll get bigger and stronger, and his hitting already is. He has such natural hitting ability. When he settles into what kind of hitter he's going to become, really be fun to watch in about 4 or 5 years. But he is so aggressive.
Flips that one down the left field line on the play.
And he's got power everywhere too, as he's shown. The park can't hold him. Not a guy you say, well, pitch him away a little bit.
Toyota Major League Scoreboard. Miami is shutting out Atlanta 1-0. The Nationals are taking a look at that. They lead the Braves by 4 games in the division.
They're going to have some champagne ready in St. Louis.
Back line drive to the glove side of Chase Utley. Wraps up the 3rd. 6 in a row retired by Tyler Cloyd. Nationals go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd here in Philadelphia. Phillies up 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. The final home game of the 2012 regular season. John Mayberry will lead it off against Gio Gonzalez. Mayberry walked his first time up. That was in the 1st inning. It'll be Mayberry, Ruff, and Dominic Brown. Mayberry has scored a run tonight. Inside 2-0. I guess the thought is just keep the same approach against Gonzalez the way he's struggling until he finds it.
Well, you have a good chance to be hitting ahead in the count the way it's been going.
Ball's hit to center field. Harper glides under it. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Bud Light Lime. Summer is calling. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Now with 1 out, Darren Ruff, who doubled home 3 runs in the 1st inning. We always say, Wheels, that September and spring training are not always a gauge for whether a guy could be successful or not in the big leagues. But I would think that what Ruff is going through this week, which includes a double and a single here tonight, is a pretty good taste and some incentive for 2013 for him individually.
Yeah, and one of the things, you put a little disclaimer on that because that's so true about spring training in September. We always think about September when you're out of the race or not in games that just don't mean anything, or you're playing teams that don't care. He's hitting off pitchers that care, that are really trying to get you out right now. They're not just going through the motions. He's hitting right now 2 for 2 off a guy who's a Cy Young Award candidate. So he's been very impressive, Tom.
Dominic Brown is the hitter. Swing and a miss, 0-1. The other aspect about Ruff is that he will play winter ball, which will give him more training against certain types of pitching and also out in the outfield.
Well, that's what they really want to find out, if he can play the outfield, because they've had a lot of problems with their outfield defense this year, and it's something that has to get better next year if you're going to be a better team. Give away too many runs out there with the outfield defense they've had, or lack of it. Guy at home plate is a guy they're taking a long look at right now, Dominic Brown. They would like nothing more than for him to be a part of the puzzle going down the road. Has a lot of tools.
I will say that he is one of the more courteous and articulate players that has come into the clubhouse through the system in a long time. Really, just a good kid to talk to.
Yes, he is.
2-2 the count to Dominic Brown. Shoots it the other way, caught by Zimmerman. As we said before, that may have caught him.
That was Chase. That thing must have had some serious slice, sink, everything to look at Zimmerman's expression. Like, man, am I glad I caught that, or I could really be in trouble right now. Watch it chase him, and it's slicing, sinking. That's a heck of a play right there. Whoa, where was? Oh, I better catch it.
He almost didn't catch it.
Oh, he thankfully did.
Eric Kratz flied out to right. That ended the first. Ground ball to shortstop. Desmond surrounds it, flips to second to retire Ruff, and the Phillies retired here in the third. So we played our first three here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies lead it by 1 as we go to the fourth. Just go to WBMasonAtHome.com to find branded products you want at low prices you'll love. Who but WB Mason at home. Go to the top of the fourth inning. Ryan Zimmerman will lead it off. It'll be Zimmerman, Adam LaRoche, and Mike Morse against Tyler Cloyd, who's allowed solo home runs to Bryce Harper and Mike Morse. Zimmerman struck out his first time out. Takes on the outside corner, 0-1. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth. How's your day going, Sarge?
Evening's going just great. Got a little 3-1 lead so far. Kids hitting the ball well. winning by 2 runs.
I don't know if you missed it or not, Sarge, but Mike Morse hit a home run in the second.
That's right. You know what? I honestly, I came in. Jim Jackson was there, and Morris was actually running around the bases. And I was saying, well, what happened? And we got so much going on in the booth. Ended up skipping that. 3-2 ball game out of it. Most important thing is, though, Tom, we still have the lead.
That's exactly right. 1-2 the count to Zimmerman. A liner to left field, and that's going to split the gap and go to the wall. Zimmerman's on his way to second, and he'll get there easily. So with Zimmerman at second, Adam LaRoche is due up. It's time for the Major League Notebook. Murph, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, T-Mac. Major League Notebook brought to you by the good folks at Gwynedd Mercy College. And it's about some managers tonight. Former Washington manager Manny Acta is now the former Cleveland Indians manager. He was relieved of his duties today after two, almost 3 seasons with the Cleveland Indians. Sandy Alomar Jr. has been named the interim manager. And another guy with national ties, he's over there as the third base coach. You guys mentioned it earlier. Bo Porter has been hired as the new manager for the Houston Astros. So a team that's lost back-to-back seasons with over 100 losses is bringing in Bo Porter in hopes that he can have a similar effect and maybe turn around a franchise that is down on their luck right now, as the Nationals were just a couple years ago, and maybe some good things in Houston on the way. Guys?
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. Yeah, Bo Porter has been interviewed for several jobs. This is his first one. The Astros owner, Jim Crane, and GM Jeff Lunau came here to Philadelphia yesterday and offered him the job. Now, they had a press conference today. Bo was not in Houston.
Right.
But he was part of it, and he will stay with the Nationals until they're done with their season, whenever that is, before he concentrates on the Astros.
Yeah, and one of the reasons, too, they wanted to announce either hiring or firing. They like to do that before playoffs start,
right,
or even, obviously, the World Series there. Now, Manny Acta, you would think that Alomar Jr. will get that job.
Well, he's the interim right now, Sandy Alomar Jr.
And they've been having a problem there. Let's just face it, even PR-wise. Here's a guy that has been a mainstay, if you will, there in Cleveland. Think he would do a good job. Ex-catcher, by the way.
Yeah, played for Charlie Manuel, who thinks that he will be a wonderful manager in the big leagues. It's 1-2 to Adam LaRoche. Murph, are you still on? Are you still out there at Harry the Case?
I am, yeah.
Is that young guy next to you? Is he done doing his calisthenics?
I don't know. Should I ask him? What's your name, man? What's your name?
Reed Singleton.
Reed? They want to know if you're done doing your jumping jacks and your cartwheels. I think he's worn out. I think he's done.
I was worn out. I was worn out watching him.
You know what? They're staying in shape during the notebook. That's a very important thing.
All right, Murph, we appreciate it. It's 1-2 to Adam LaRoche. Yeah, it was the young guy in the blue and the young guy in the pinstripes. Both those guys were doing some exercises while it was going on tonight.
Yeah, they know that's their opportunity to get on, and let's just face it, kids can do those jumping jacks or cartwheels forever.
Did you see what he was doing while Murph was talking?
Yeah. It's going to even, well, maybe I won't say that.
2-2 the count.
But they like seeing themselves on television for sure. No, just getting back to Bo Porter for a second. He had the opportunity to actually manage there in Miami. It wasn't to be because of Ozzie Guillen, and he got put on the back burner, so to speak.
Fly ball to center field. That's hit pretty well. Mayberry's out there. Zimmerman will tag. Mayberry will get the throw back into the infield, and Zimmerman will get to third. Ball's hit pretty well by Adam LaRoche. So now Mike Morse is coming up.
Pretty quick tag up on that, too.
And I think that's what the Phillies were talking about. All right, Sarge, you've had a chance to coach in the big leagues. For a guy like Bo Porter, back-to-back 100-loss seasons, I guess it's tough to turn a job like that down, even though they have so much work to do in Houston.
Yeah, it's impossible to turn down a job. You get offered a major league job, regardless of the situation and where it is. You're going to go on and take it with your first job. Now, in saying that, you look at a guy like a Tony La Russa or maybe a Dusty Baker, not going to happen.
Well, this will get the run home, an RBI for Morse to tie the game at 3. 6-3 on the putout. And there's 2 outs.
Getting them over there and getting them in, using the big part of the field there, shortstop, to end up scoring that run.
Ian Desmond will be the hitter. He was robbed by Kevin Franzen his first time up. So Morse has 2 RBIs. It's 3-3 here in the top of the 4th.
No, earlier, too, Mike Rizzo, the general manager, he simply said that he was not going to stand in his way. Obviously, he did not want to lose a Bo Porter. But he said that, you know, it's going to be a little bit better for him. And again, it will be. He lives there in Houston and knows a lot of people. There's Mike right there. And I think it's commendable of him. And he told me that he lost jobs because he wasn't able to interview. Usually the way the system works, if it's a better job for you, you can get, or you could go out and interview
right.
For that job. And certainly for Mike and losing Bo and the opportunity for Bo Porter, even though it is in Houston, wow, it's still an opportunity.
Absolutely. And they're going to the American League next year, so that's entirely different for Bo Porter because he's been primarily in the National League as a coach.
Yeah. Kind of sad, though. Won't be able to interview him as much anymore, huh? Or at all.
Well, you can do a phone interview with him.
Well, maybe I'll interview him 3 times that we're down there and talk about hitting, defense, and managing. But he was a smart guy. I actually had him when I was with the Chicago Cubs, when I was roving, and a player that really didn't, well, had a cup of coffee, let's say, in the major leagues.
Floyd gets a strikeout to wrap up the 4th inning. It's his 3rd strikeout. The Nationals do tie it up on a ground out. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, all evened up at 3-3. Time to do your exercises, Sarge. That's right. Find Murph and do your calisthenics. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play The Price is Right, the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. And by Nissan. Save big at Nissan's Bottom Line Sales Event. Tyler Cloyd will lead it off here at the bottom of the 4th. Cloyd struck out his last time up. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Floyd's down looking, struck out for the 2nd time. Only 2 strikeouts of the night for Gio Gonzalez. Well, the regular season may be coming to a close, and games here at Citizens Bank Park might be ending, but you can still see the park up close and personal with a ballpark tour. Go to Phillies.com and check out the ballpark tours section to book a tour for a group of 25 or more. Jimmy Rollins singled his last time up.
Well, Gio starting to find that groove a little bit. You don't win that many games by not pitching well, hitting your spots.
Rollins hits it back to the box, off the glove of Gonzalez, picked up by Zimmerman, somehow still threw Jimmy out. A scoop on the other end by Adam LaRoche. That was a fine play. 1-5-3 on the putout. Boy,
that's just bad luck right there. Anywhere but right to him, and the quick hands there by Zimmerman. Off balance throw. LaRoche just picks it and gets him in time. I got to tell you, that's one of the better first baseman, defensive first baseman that we've really seen. And you throw it around that bag, I mean, he is picking it. You got to have soft hands. But keep in mind, though, he uses the one hand when he's picking the ball out of the dirt. Makes it easier.
And Rollins was hustled up the line, too. Here's Franzen.
Kind of like Franzen in this second spot. He's a player that can hit with 2 strikes on him.
Charlie discussed him a little bit today, mentioning that he's played himself into a role next year as a utility guy, maybe a platoon player, depending on what they do at certain positions. And his number of at-bats will be dictated by his success in that role of being a platoon player.
Well, that's why it's so key right now for the players that we have here playing.
Down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Gonzalez, and it's his first 1-2-3 inning. So the Phillies go down quietly. We'll go to the 5th inning. Evened up at 3, the Phillies and the Nationals. Now on PHL 17, all the big stories, all in 30 minutes, all by the region's best news team. Action News at 10, now on PHL 17 tonight. after the Phillies postgame show. Top of the 5th inning. It's a 3-3 ball game. And Danny Espinosa will lead it off, and he takes pitch down low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Espinosa grounded out his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. A little low. It's 3-0 on the China Major League scoreboard. An update from Toronto where the Blue Jays are shutting out the Yankees 4-0. Yankees in the American League East lead the Orioles by 1.5 games. The Orioles are off tonight. So the Yankees lead could be 2 or it could be back down to 1 following tonight's game.
It's been a tough race, that American League East.
Well, that's a tough race, but man, oh man, that Tiger White Sox race is starting to turn around. Tigers lead the division by 1.5 games as Espinosa works out a leadoff walk. So he's aboard to start the 5th. Kurt Suzuki's coming up. Hey, you know, all year long we've been talking about the fact that the Phillies have partnered with the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society and Aramark to plant a tree for each home run hit by the Phillies this year. Well, look at all the red goes green shirts out there along the Budweiser rooftop. There are enough folks wearing shirts to symbolize the number of trees that will be planted this year in Philadelphia. Isn't that right, Murph?
Yeah, there certainly are. In fact, 157 in all, dressed in green. It's the red goes green, symbolizing 1 tree for every home run that the Phillies hit. And so the trees are going to be planted all over the area on November the 10th. And they're going to be tagged with a player's name, the player that actually hit the home run. So 157 trees, and this group right here symbolizing all the good work that was done. And they're having a good time. And T-Mac, I asked my man Cheese over here, I said, how did you guys get picked? And he said, we're just the best looking people in the park. So there you go. And I'd have to agree. They're a very good looking group.
Very confident group, too.
Really?
All right, Murph, we appreciate it. Yeah, it turned out to be a great promotion. I think it's kind of neat to see that each of the trees that will be planted this year will have the name of the player who hit the home run.
Awesome.
There's a bunt by Gonzalez back toward the box. Floyd will throw him out at first. 1-4 on the putout. Two outs for the top of the order. Worth taking a slow stroll to the plate, waiting for Gonzalez to get back to the dugout. Jason's 0 for 2.
I tell you, from my experience, a lot of times, especially players that have character, when you start to boo them, that's usually when the best comes out. Very seldom do you get nervous on this particular level. And yeah, you can hear them loud and clear.
I think Jason definitely heard them last night.
I think it bothers you more if you're a home player, you know, as opposed to a player coming in. I know Mike Smith used to talk about that all the time. If he was in a spell where maybe he couldn't hit the ball, the boos at home would bother you a lot more than if you were there on the road. Even though you would like to be liked by everybody. And by the way, he is a another year older.
Right, today is Schmidt's birthday.
Happy birthday. I know he's listening to Mike Schmidt.
3-0 the count to Worth. An outside ball 4, so he's aboard a 2-out walk.
That's where that on-base percentage comes in. When you're walking, one of the few players in the league that can actually go to the plate and say, hey, I'm looking for a walk and I'm going to get it.
Catch all the action of the 2012 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. Sarge, the excitement begins October 5th with the wild card on TBS. Incidentally, the National League wild card will be hosted by the Atlanta Braves. They've assured themselves that opportunity with their victory last night.
Oh, wow.
So whether it's the Cardinals or whoever, it will be the Braves that will host the wild card.
Well, that's always big, I think. Playoffs, to be able to start at home, feel a lot more comfortable.
Bryce Harper's homered tonight. He's also lined out softly up. It's that one foul.
Still haven't figured out exactly what they're trying to do with Bryce Harper. If you're going to come in, you want to come in a little bit off the plate, have him pull the ball, then throw him soft away. Mess around and you miss out over the plate. He's already proven this year that that's the wrong pitch to be throwing him, and he stays on the fastball the majority of the time. Now that's the pitcher, that little slider that you see, or some off-speed pitches to be able to get him out in front. Very difficult to throw the ball by him.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Harper. Maybe not.
I think J-Ro was telling him to step out, even from his position, not to throw. Step off the mound. Always think it's to the pitcher's advantage if he can make that hitter stand up there like a statue.
He tried to throw that same pitch that he got the second strike on. Nearly got him to swing. And now it's 2-2.
Well, he is an aggressive hitter, so if you want to throw him a fastball, get it out of the zone. Maybe up and out over the plate. You get that ball belt high, he usually has a pretty healthy cut.
Hits that one the opposite way, and Rollins can't get it. Around third, heading home is Espinosa, and going to third is Worth. It's an RBI single for Bryce Harper, and it's now a 4-3 ball game. He has 2 RBIs tonight.
Actually, that's a pretty good pitch. You see, he just fought the ball off. J-Ro playing up the middle there. The ball slicing away from him, not able to get it. As you see, Espinosa coming in your picture there to score. Just hate for teams to score on you when you have 2 outs.
Zimmerman has doubled tonight and scored a run. He's also struck out. Phillies now down by 1 for the second time in this ball game. And a strike, it's 0-1. Worth over third, and Harper at first. Kratz made sure that Worth was still over third.
Not trying to catch the ball, just trying to block it and keep the ball out in front of you. Whether or not it's fastball or breaking ball, usually when that hitter sees the ball in front, they're not going to come from third base for sure.
Boy, if he can just throw more of those, you know, where it starts out as a strike and the hitter's already offering at it, and then zoop, right out of the strike zone.
Good point, because he can't afford to really pitch in the strike zone. He wants to really be aggressive, but he has to be aggressive in and out. I mean, he just can't live. He doesn't have enough on the fastball. And when he misses his spot so far, they've been up to the task. They hit it good.
Right on the inside part of the play. He surprised him with that fastball. And Cloyd gets out of this fifth inning. He does allow a run on one hit. He leaves two. Middle of the fifth, Phillies down by one. On Afro Dan and information about the team and the activities. Enjoy special activities and opportunities only available through our social media accounts. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Google+. Visit Phillies.com/social for a list of accounts. Home half of the fifth inning. Phillies now trail it by one. It's a 4-3 game. Chase Utley leads it off. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Utley has singled and scored. He's also fly to right. Gio Gonzalez, for all of his issues tonight, and he's had issues with wildness, has the lead.
That's why those good pitchers, you want to get after them early. When you get them on the ropes, you'll be able to knock them out. Still got a plus fastball, 92 miles an hour.
Two and one the count to Utley. Chase does have a stolen base tonight, his 10th of the year. 10 for 12 on the season. Slowly hit left side. Zimmerman gobbles it up and throws out Chase. And with one out, that'll bring Ryan Howard to the plate. Had a lot talk about Ryan Zimmerman's arm and his ability to throw. He throws underhand better, and you'll see that here than overhand.
Yeah, not only that, he has to throw on the move there. He gets it over the first base. There he comes again. Anytime he sets his feet, he's been throwing the ball away or don't feel as comfortable. On the move like this, however, boy, he's throwing it right there on the money. A little bit high, but you have a good first baseman, Adam LaRoche, over there doing the job.
Ryan Howard is the batter. Howard takes outside. Ryan tonight is 0 for 1. He walked and scored in the first. Zimmerman slides over to shortstop. The three-man overshift.
Good breaking ball. That's the pitch that you don't want to see him throw over consistently. With that fastball that he throws, makes it very difficult to hit this guy. That's why I don't look for the breaking ball. I mean, if he's looking breaking ball there, I mean, you see the break on it, almost impossible to really put good wood on it. You can if he hangs it, and that good break.
There's a fastball, and Ryan may have gotten away with it. That looked like a decent pitch, but it's 2-2.
Yeah. Because you can almost tell what the hitters are looking at, or looking for, I should say, just by their approach to the plate. That particular time, Ryan was actually looking for the off-speed pitch. There he got it again.
4 strikeouts for Gio Gonzalez.
Now, even with all those pitches, for me, the one that he took, the fastball, that's the one you want to swing at. See that pitch as it breaks out of the zone? You'd have difficult time even putting wood on the ball to try and even foul it off. Everybody has their own idea on how they want to hit.
Mayberry walked and scored his first time up, flied out to center, fairly deep center his last time up. Takes outside, 1-0. Over to shallow right field. Tough play for everyone. Espinosa makes a sliding over the shoulder catch, and the inning is over. Well, he was the only one that had the ability to make that grab, and he was able to track it as soon as it left the bat. This is a great shot right here, showing Danny Espinosa going over the shoulder to put it away, and the Phillies go down in order. In their half of the 5th, we go to the 6th. Is showing his power once again. After missing the first 84 games of the season, Ryan Howard moved back into the cleanup spot, looking to regain his damaging swing. That swing returned this week in New York in a big way, winning one game and putting a grand cap on another. The fine-tuning is not completely done, but adding his 300th career home run is a big step for the big piece in the right direction. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross, changing the game. Top of the sixth inning, it's a 4-3 ball game. And Adam LaRoche will lead it off for the Nationals. It'll be LaRoche, Mike Morse, and Ian Desmond against Tyler Cloyd. LaRoche hits a towering foul ball. And it's 0-1. Down and away, it's 1-1.
See, just about any time he comes inside off the plate, that left-handed batter has been right on it.
How does he change that, Sarge? Is there something he can do?
Cutters, maybe in there, or slider off the plate. Thought he threw Bryce Harper a real good pitch, but he ended up fighting the ball off for a base hit and an RBI to left field.
That pitch right there, that pitch was a changeup. As Jeremy Horse is up for the second time in the Phillies bullpen.
And also to combat that would be you got to stay ahead of the hitters.
That ball's hit pretty well to right center field. Mayberry's on the run. It is off the base of the scoreboard. And LaRoche will pull into second. That was a whistler.
Boy, oh boy. Boy, he smoked that ball. Mayberry playing it the way he should. Knew he couldn't get over to get it. Don't want to be too close to the wall when that happens. He can have a triple. Look at the location. That's a slider, but sliding right to the meat of the bat. You can see him going in and getting the ball. Good thing LaRoche not a fast runner.
Morse has 2 runs batted in tonight. We check in down in Atlanta, where the Braves have taken the lead over the Marlins 4-2 in the bottom of the 5th. On Drelton Simmons, 2 hits, an RBI, a run scored. That's Tommy Hanson for the Braves. Phillies will head to Florida after this ball game. Arrive early tomorrow morning and start a 3-game series tomorrow night, where they wrap up the season down in Washington. To right center field. That's pretty well hit, and it's not coming back. That's going to be a long home run into the Nationals bullpen. A 2-run shot, the second homer of the night for Mike Morse. It's now a 6-3 ball game. It's one of the longer home runs you're going to see hit here at Citizens Bank Park.
Especially from the right side.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, they're swinging the bats. I mean, they're putting on a pretty good show here with display of some power. I mean, you're trying to get a guy over. Check this out. He's getting them over, getting them in, and look at him. He knew it was gone. There's that little hop that a home run hitter hits when he hits the ball. Mayberry just kind of really taking a courtesy look at it. Having a good time in the bullpen. And Charlie Manuel, manager, seeing all that he wants to see.
Well, he's going to take Tyler Cloyd out of the game. He's going to make a double switch with Sherholtz going into center field for John Mayberry. So into the bullpen we go here in the 6th inning. Jeremy Horst will take over for Tyler Cloyd. It's an AT&T call to the bullpen here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies down by 3. outs, and now the Phillies will go to their bullpen with Jeremy Horst coming in. Nate Scherholtz will come in to play center field, so it's part of a double switch. And Scherholtz will bat ninth, and Horst will bat in John Mayberry's spot, which is the fifth spot. Ian Desmond fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. Desmond's grounded out. He's struck out. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Cloyd is charged with 6 runs on 6 hits. 3 home runs, and 1 was longer than the other.
Yeah, just about all the balls were almost squared up. Got in the kitchen on a few hitters, but a little bit short.
Tyler Cloyd reached 200 innings for the year with his outing tonight, 5+. Went into the count to Desmond. Swing and a miss. He blew a 92-mile-an-hour fastball by him for the first out.
That's about one of the things he doesn't do well, and that is, well, he's having a good year, but he strikes out an awful lot.
Danny Espinosa will spin around and bat from the right side. Oh, and 1 the count to Espinosa. Grounded back to the pitcher, walked and scored in the 5th. Sarge, we showed some of the highlights of the finer moments here at the ballpark in 2012. Do you have one that stands out as your finest moment, the thing that really stood out for you here at the ballpark, whether it be Tomey's walk-off home run, Hunter Pence's walk-off home run, or maybe Ruff hitting that home run in his first major league at bat, something like that?
I got to tell you, for me, and in being a rookie, Ruff, and not having the at-bats, just giving the club a whole lift, if you will, was really a special moment. Anytime a young player, and especially a player that's had a terrific year, the way that Ruff did in Double-A this year, to come and hit a home run his first time up, tells me we should have had him in the lineup earlier.
That pitch just misses inside. It's 2-2.
And you never know, though, with kids. I mean, Bryce Harper came up and, you gave him a shot in the arm, their ball club, and a lot of energy. And you don't know, but, I mean, you're hoping. He had the credentials, hitting all those home runs. He's got plenty of credentials. But this is a great audition, too, for him to get a chance to see, well, what he can do. But he's got power. He hits the ball the other way. Not afraid to get 2 strikes on him. So, for me, there's some serious upside there in seeing him play. Now, let's see whether or not that defense is going to be able to keep him in the lineup.
Well, the foul ball by Espinosa remains 3-2. I think the highlight that I remember here at the ballpark, and I was torn thinking about this, either the Tomey home run, I think it's Chase Utley's first at bat off the DL. The fact that he hit a home run, the place was going crazy then.
Yeah.
Now, the Phillies didn't seal the deal, but he still, began it in a nice way.
Especially after being off as long as he had been.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Horst. And there are 2 outs here in the 6th. I have to admit, when Tommy hit that home run, you kind of soak it in because you didn't know how many more he would have, how many more walk-off home runs, how many home runs overall. And the Phillies eventually traded him off to Baltimore. Well, overall, 3.5 million fans, 3,565,718. Tonight is the 62nd sellout out of 81 home games here at Citizens Bank Park. Oof.
It's awesome.
Phillies have had more than 40,000 fans in over 300 consecutive games. It's at 312 right now as Suzuki takes low, 1-1. April 29, 2009 is when that stretch began. I was reading some articles about the Nationals where they were saying how, you know, the Phillies are no longer playing in front of capacity crowds, yada yada yada. And I'm sitting there thinking, there's still 40,000 people here every night. It's the most in baseball.
Yeah, I really think that FP kind of regrets saying that.
FP Santangelo, the Nationals color commentator.
Yeah, I think he was trying to say something that was a little bit funny, but I mean, he really didn't mean it, and he was just, I mean, he's just getting into the league.
Right. 2-2 the count. If everybody recalls, FP is a great guy. Made a reference to the Phillies solid streak coming to a close, saying the Phillies need to take back their own ballpark. And I think when he looks at the overall attendance in Washington and some other places, he kind of regrets the moment.
Yeah.
Ground ball back toward the middle. To his left is Rollins. And Horst retires the 3 hitters he gets a chance to face here in the 6th inning. On to the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies will fly over this beautiful city. Once this game is over, they'll head south one final time here in Philadelphia. Vehicles that get 30+ MPG. Go further. Visit your Quality Plus Ford store today. By McDonald's. McDonald's celebrates National Coffee Week with free small coffee now through September 29th. And by Honda. Visit your Honda dealer right now for great deals. Only a Honda is a Honda. Last of the 6th inning. It'll be Ruff Brown and Eric Kratz. Gio Gonzalez now has a 3-run lead to work with after throwing 37 pitches in the 1st inning and 54 in the first 2. He'll begin the bottom of the 6th on top 6-3, partly because of Mike Morse, who has 3 RBIs tonight, or 4 RBIs tonight.
Yeah, I think you're looking at that Cy Young Award winner, Gio Gonzalez, for me, and I say that because it appears too that they're going to win the division. It doesn't get any better than this if he wins this game too. I mean, 21 victories.
It'll be one more than R.A. Dickey. His earned run average will be higher than R.A. Dickey's. But you're right. They're going to the postseason.
Yeah.
The Mets aren't.
I just don't see where it's going to be that big of an argument, to be quite honest.
1-1 the count to Ruff. And a strike. What about Craig Kimbrell? Wheels was talking about Craig Kimbrell, and I agree with some of the things Wheels was saying. What about Craig Kimbrell of the Braves?
I don't think so. For me, he wouldn't even be in the conversation, and I say that, and I sincerely mean that. I think that if he's going to win the Cy Young, it has to be something special, like the way that Brad Lidge did it, 50-0. He's given up 3 saves. I think he had 43 opportunities, and he saved 40. Yeah, that's a good year, and he's 3-1. I mean, if you go and complete the gamut, and you have zeros, okay, and a low ERA. Brad Lidge was what, 50-0 in his saves, or close to it. In other words, he didn't lose a save.
Well, he was perfect through the regular season and through the postseason. Brad Lidge was.
So I think any closer coming in, a reliever, needs to be exactly the same way. I just think I can't see him winning the Cy Young Award, and that's why you have the Fireman of the Year award for the guy that is that's closing, or the reliever, I should say.
2-0 the count to Dominic Brown.
And that's not to say that there haven't been some.
That ball sounded just strong off the bat. It's off the scoreboard. Brown's on his way to second. He'll be there standing. 1-out double.
No, that's not to say that there haven't been some relievers that, have deserved both Cy Young and, say, maybe the MVP of the league. But it has to be just a special type of season.
1.05 ERA. It's pretty special for Kimbrell, but I get what you're saying. I think there are a lot of people that believe the same thing you believe.
Well, like I said, he's got the Fireman of the Year. That means he's the best, the reliever out there. You're talking Cy Young, a guy going out pitching every 4 or 5 days. I don't know. Gio gets my vote, or even
R.A. Dickey.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the thing that separates, there's a number of statistics. R.A. Dickey's going to have more strikeouts. He has 20 wins. Gio has 21. Dickey may pitch one more time and could reach 21. I think the biggest thing is the Nationals have a better team record.
There you go.
I want to know the count to Kratz. And I get what you're saying about Lidge. He had 41 in the regular season, 48 overall kind of the postseason. But and he didn't win the Cy Young that year.
No, but he was Fireman of the Year.
He was. Phillies with a runner in scoring position, trying to get a run back here in the bottom of the 6th. Down 6-3, 5 unanswered runs.
I think, too, if you were to ask some of the players, even coaches, it'd be interesting to see how they felt about that award. They get a chance to be right down on the field, and, they're able to see the action a little bit better. You win 20 ball games nowadays. Boy. You're doing something. That's why you don't see a whole lot of guys that are actually doing that.
Out of play, 1-2 to Kratz. Sherholtz is on deck.
But all in all, let's face it, it's a great debate, to be able to have. And I would be shocked if a reliever got it, but, again, would he deserve it? Yeah, he's had a heck of a year. So I'm not trying to diminish his year whatsoever.
You're just trying to separate starter and reliever.
Separate starter and reliever. And you have the whole game on the line, let's face it, as a closer, but something special about that starter.
In the dirt, gets away from Suzuki. Brown's on his way to third. Orsolani's the left-hander. Christian Garcia is the right-hander. Garcia, they think, could be in the rotation next year. Looking at the bullpen here in September.
Got Washington, too. They have the luxury that, you know, they can rest through some of their guys here with the lead kind of they have, meaning that, you know, Gonzalez isn't going to finish up this game. 99 pitches here so far.
Swing and a miss. Kratz down on strikes. Suzuki will make the throw. 6 strikeouts for Gio Gonzalez. And Nate Scherholtz will hit for the first time. Budweiser, through the Walk Off the Hero program, will donate $5,000 to Folds of Honor for every Phillies walk-off win. Please join Budweiser and the Phillies in honoring those who keep our nation safe and free.
One of his best weapons, that breaking ball, especially to the left-handers. And he keeps him honest with that fastball. He's been throwing 92.
In the dirt, Suzuki keeps it in front of the plate.
And the way they're warming up, you wouldn't even think that Gio's going to be coming out in that 7th. We'll see.
Tampa Bay is shutting out the White Sox 1-0. That game's in the top of the 4th. Tigers have already won 5-4. They won on a very odd play. Ground ball over to first. It was bobbled, picked up. Tag was made at the bag, but then the runner came home for the Tigers to win it.
Big run that they have out there, trying to get back into the game. Good time to pick this one up. Those are some of the things that I just don't understand in today's game. 3-1 fastball, and Scherholtz, I guess, looking breaking ball. Good luck if you're trying to hit that one.
Dumps that one down the left field line in foul territory. Zimmerman makes the catch. And the Phillies are retired here in the 6th inning. They leave one over at 3rd. Gio Gonzalez is through 6. His offense has picked him up tonight. Phillies trail it by 3.
Well, the Phillies got some offense from Darren Ruff early. A 3-run double in the first inning and then home run balls tonight. Boy, they have really turned it on with the home runs. Michael Morse has hit 2. Bryce Harper, another home run. Gio Gonzalez, he settled down after that shaky start and gave him 6 innings. They're going to hit for him right now.
Mark DeRosa will lead it off. He'll face Jeremy Horst. DeRosa out of the University of Pennsylvania. 173 hitter this year. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Back toward the middle. That'll float into center for a base hit. It's just his 14th hit of the year. So he's aboard to begin the 7th. And now Jason Worth will come up. Perez is going to come out and run for Mark DeRosa. Yuri Perez will come out and run. They haven't even announced Jason Worth's name, and he's being booed as he steps to the box.
Pinch runner Perez can really fly, so they'll probably think about him maybe stealing a bag here.
First pitch inside to Worth. It's 1-0. It'll be Worth and Bryce Harper here in the top of the 7th inning. Fouled it away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Very nice catch by a gentleman who had a crate of hot dogs in his hand. It's not even Hatfield Dollar Dog Night.
Still good. A little more. Well, they're more than $1.
You used to be our friend, Jason. What happened? We used to love you.
Good lead.
There he goes. Pitch is taken outside. The throw to second. It hits the runner. Well, he almost got him, too.
Yeah, that was a real quick release by Carlos Ruiz, but boy, that guy had a good lead and a tremendous jump. I mean, by Kratz. Good lead and a tremendous jump there. Horse kind of slow to the plate through a breaking ball, and Eric does a good job throwing from his knees. That's one of the things about when you're a base stealer, what a beating you take, not only from the sliding, but you get nailed with throws like that.
Plus, he broke his belt, Wheels.
Broke his belt. That's the easiest part of what happened to him.
176 stolen bases the last 4 minor league seasons for Perez.
I wonder what they're going to do with their postseason roster, whether a guy like him would be put on it or a guy like Mark DeRosa. Interesting to see where they go with their extra guys.
Sometimes they usually try to find one asset, and it would be speed in this case.
Sure. Or a guy like DeRosa off the bench is a pinch hitter. A guy who goes up there is not scared. In postseason, you love to have those kind of veteran guys that like that stuff.
Well, you figure Bernardina, Chad Tracy, Jesus Flores is the backup catcher, Steve Lombardozzi and Tyler Moore, they're going to be on the roster, you would think. Outside, ball 4. Worth draws a walk. Runners on first and second here in the 7th. So Harper will face the left-hander Jeremy Horst. And a foul tip. 0-1 the count. Harper has 2 runs batted in this ball game. Last night he drove in 3. He has 6 RBIs in the 3 games.
Pretty good eye there. It stayed off that pitch. That looked like a breaking ball down and away.
Phillies had to use their bullpen a lot last night. They used Rosenberg for 3, Lindblom for 2. Horst pitched an inning. DeFreitas, Pistardo. Another foul ball by Harper.
Yeah, he's doing a good job against a left-handed pitcher, pitching him away and pitching him tough too. 2 strikes. He's had a different approach. He's still really aggressive, but he looks like he's backed off a little bit.
Oh, that was an awfully close pitch.
How he took that.
Last 2 pitches have been.
Well, they're just a little outside, I guess, but I don't know how he doesn't swing at them with 2 strikes on him. That's pretty impressive.
Three-2 pitch. Fouls it away. Down the left field line. All 4, so the bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks by Jeremy Horst. Attention physical education teachers. Here's a free program called Phillies Fitness to get children healthy through smart food choices and exercise. It's presented by NovaCare Rehabilitation. You get tip booklets, fitness posters, and the chance to win a fun fitness session at the school. Visit Phillies.com/fitness or email fandev@Phillies.com. Well, Felipe Almonte is going to get up here in the top of the 7th inning. And the meeting on the mound is to give him some time to get himself stretched out. Jeremy Horst, who normally pitches with very good control, has run into a little bit of a control problem here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, he has. And you have to give Harper a little bit of credit in that at bat. He was 0-2 on him, and he took a couple pitches that were not strikes, but they certainly were close enough. Guys chase. We've seen enough of it over the years to see left-handed hitters chase that.
Phillies will play the infield halfway with Zimmerman up, and he takes a pitch inside. It's 1-0.
There's one of these situations where they don't want to give up a run on a double play ball, already down by 3 getting late in the game.
You got a guy that runs very well over third. So if they get it, they're going to have to get it out quick.
Well, they know they can double Zimmerman, but if they double Zimmerman, that gives up a run. You know that when you have nobody out like this and you're trailing, he's getting late, and they have a good bullpen, you have to play halfway and don't give up. You don't want to give up a run for 2 outs like you do in a lot of other parts of the game.
Popped him up, and that'll be back in the seats.
If he could somehow get an out here without a run, then they'll go back into double play depth. Getting 2 strikes on hitters. He just can't put them away in this inning. This team's really turned into a good offensive team.
Something clicked. He got him. The ball gets away from Kratz. Perez coming home. He's going to score. The throw hits him. It's the second time he's been hit by a throw. And it's now a 7-3 ball game. It'll be a strikeout and a wild pitch.
It runs any way you can. That's what Washington's doing right now. Zimmerman, of course, is out. He can't advance because first base is occupied with less than 2 outs. But the other runners can go. Good base running by the guy at third, Perez, and scores easily, except for getting smoked again twice in this at bat. Here he goes right here. Here comes the throw. Bam. Right in the belly.
So Perez was hit when he tried to steal second and hit there as he comes home. Adam LaRoche will now be the batter with runners on second and third. With Morse on deck. 7-3, Nationals on top. And LaRoche chops it foul past Trent Jewett in the first base coach's box. As we mentioned, they keep the infield in with 1 out.
Yeah, they got to bring it all the way in now, though. There's no force out involved, and you have to bring it all the way in and try and get the play at the plate if you can. They got the strikeout they wanted there, where they could have left the infield back now with the bases loaded and 1 out. Unfortunately, there's a wild pitch involved.
Kratz thought about throwing behind Worth. Broke his bat, a grounder to second. They're coming home. Kratz will tag out Worth. There are 2 outs here in the 7th. Or 2 on the putout.
Right, they of course are going to go on contact right there, the Nationals, and they do. That's why you play the infield in. They go on contact. It's hit right at somebody. You got a shot, and the ball's hit at Chase, who throws home. Kratz throws up a nice plate block on that broken bat, and they get the second out. Here we go again. Nowhere to go for Jason Worth.
Charlie Manuel's taking the slow stroll out to the mound. That'll be it for Jeremy Horst. He'll give way to Philippe Almond with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Phillies trail it by 4, and we have our second pitching change of the night for the Phils. Are we there yet? Is PHL 17's next big comedy hit the whole family can enjoy. Weeknights at 5:30 right here on PHL 17. See the line score in tonight's ball game. Nationals have scored in every inning except the third. And as we continue on here in the top of the seventh, Philippe Almont will come on to face Mike Morse. Phillies had a 3-1 lead after the first. Then it was 3-2. That's where it stood until the fourth. But the Nationals have scored a run in the fourth, one in the fifth, two in the sixth, one here in the seventh. Morse has homered twice. He has 4 RBIs. Ground ball back toward the middle. Rollins gets to it. And he slides, pops to his feet, throws out Morse, and the inning is over. One pitch for Philippe Almont. The Nationals tack on a run. It's time to stretch here in Philadelphia. Phil's down 4 to go to the bottom of the seventh. Time now for the Dodge Stuff the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, Wheels, on this date in 1977, the Phillies clinched the National League East with a win in Chicago. They celebrated Mike Schmidt's birthday. You can name the Phillies pitcher who hit a home run in that ball game. That will give you the home version of the Dodge Stuff the Fans Trivia Quiz competition.
I can't wait. I'll play that all winter.
Yep.
It was a grand slam home run, by the way.
Oh, it was?
It was off Dennis Lamp. And it was, what was his name? We talked about him last night. It was LC hit that baby.
Larry Christensen is correct.
Bing! He checked in a little while ago to make sure that we knew that Danny Ozark wanted to hit for him, and he didn't want him to hit for him. And he ran up there and he hit a grand slam.
Well, log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize packet. Thanks for playing Dodge Stuff the Fans.
How could he take me out of this game with the bases loaded? I can hit. And he did. He hit a home run. Hit it really well, too.
Rollins fouls it right off the front of the Phillies dugout. It's 1-1. Sean Burnett is the new pitcher for the Nationals. Burnett 1-2, a 2.48 ERA. .56 strikeouts and 54 1/3. Ooh, just out of the reach. The guy's pretty excited about getting that ball. There have been a lot of great prizes that have been given out tonight, from seat upgrades to autographed baseballs. The no-hitter combination of Rick Wise and Tommy Green. Signed separate baseballs.
Talk about two pitchers that could swing the bat a little bit too. Rick Wise and Tommy Green
Yeah, in
could both
fact,
hit.
Rick Wise's no-hitter ball has his name, and it has 2 home runs.
Ross Grimsley, a left-hander for the Reds. He hit 2 off him that night at Old Riverfront Stadium.
3 balls, 2 strikes the count to Rollins. And Jimmy hits it to third, scooped up by Zimmerman. And 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Time now for our Liberty Mutual defensive plays in the game. Speaking of Ryan Zimmerman, he's part of this.
Yeah, there have been a few of them here tonight. Here's a bullet right at Kevin Franson. Makes a great play. Takes a look. Yeah, it's in my glove. Throws him out. Here's Chase Utley. And the play that Tom's talking about. Zimmerman, he's throwing a lot better right now. Pretty accurate, too. And here's a fly ball and a great catch there by Espinosa over his shoulder. Really good defense tonight on both sides. Our Liberty Mutual defensive plays of the game.
Responsibility, what's your policy? Kevin Franzen, 1 for 3. One and 1 the count. Opposite way, that's going to drop for a base hit. Down the right field line, Franzen thinking about 2. He slipped. Worth also slipped. And it'll be a 1-out double. There was a split second where either Jason Worth slipped or the ball was bobbled, and that gave Franzen a little bit of an opening.
Yeah, and he wasn't going to stop either. He came around first base, even though he's not running very well with that bad leg.
So right there, Jason didn't know if he had it.
Bobbled a little bit. But he was on his way to second anyway. If he even fielded that cleanly, he doesn't stop. Right here, at that point, he's gone. And there's that little, he almost started to swim a little. Never good when you swim between the bases.
Utley does have a hit tonight. He scored a run. Phillies down by 4. And Utley takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Washington trying to win their games. It's all they can do because the Braves are a very, very hot team right now. It looks like they're going to win another game here tonight. They've opened up a 4-run lead over Miami now. But if they win their games, they're in good shape. Phillies have been through this when they were in situations where other teams were kind of hot, and if they won their own games, everything was going to be just fine, and it will be for the Nationals. Great when you don't have to worry about help.
Little number foul. It remains 1-2. And I thought that there was something in it for him.
Ryan Howard picked up some fans behind the dugout and tossed the ball to them. Fanatic wants to know, why not me?
Why not him, Wheels?
I don't know. Like Sarge says when he goes for a putt, make a putt. Why not me? So you're like, oh, what the heck? I mean, I'm the Philly fanatic, Ryan. How about me? You know, why? What's with these kids?
Well, they broke his bat, so he goes back. That'll wake him up.
Yeah.
A little reminiscent of the great Paul Richardson.
Oh, yeah. Boy, Paul did a tremendous job for so many years, especially at the vet as a Phillies organist. What a good guy. He was a showman. We used to call him the maestro.
Utley again fouls it. Over the American League, the White Sox continue to trail the Rays 2-1. Just think about the White Sox. If they lose tonight, they're 2 out. They've been in first place just about the entire year.
Yeah, they've had a really bad stretch.
They just can't hit. Jake Peavy's pitching tonight for the White Sox.
Times of the year to go into a slump, and this is not one of them.
Over to the right side, a chopper off the bat of Chase Utley. Over to third goes Franzen. And Ryan Howard is the batter. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Matthews is up at the pen. Essential Games of the Philadelphia Phillies. The new 4-DVD set with 4 all-time games, including 2 pennant clinchers, a World Series championship, and for the first time on DVD, Roy Halladay's postseason no-hitter. Available now at the Majestic Clubhouse store by calling 877-GO-PHILS. Or you can shop at Phillies.com. Probably the last batter for Burnett. Howard's up here. Pitcher's spot is up next. Now that's Ty Wigginton. Inside 2-0.
Well, Burnett can be tough on left-handed pitchers. He looked like he's stepping in the first base coach's box when he's getting ready to deliver that, and he comes around them. And tough, I would think it's tough to stay in there against this guy.
Plus the fact that he's throwing in the low 90s.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great fastball, but he has enough fastball that when you come at a hitter like that, you're going to give ground. You almost have to. It's human nature. How open he is. Both and Chase is trying to battle him too, but you're going to open up early as a left-handed hitter when a guy does that to you. He throws a breaking ball and you're really going to be in trouble. There's Wigginton, as Tom mentioned, will be out to hit for a month if Ryan can keep the inning alive. There's another fastball. You just keep throwing him fastballs. You think he's going to throw a breaking ball sooner or later, and he doesn't. Another one. They're all the same speed, too. Basically 89, 90.
To the right side, and Desmond makes the diving stop. And the putout is 6-3 for the Nationals. Phillies get a base runner, leave one over third for the second straight inning. They've completed 7. We move to the 8th with the Nationals leading it by 4. ChevyDealer.com. By AT&T, rethink possible. And by WB Mason, you can't go wrong when you buy right. We go to the 8th inning here in Philadelphia. The Phillies down 7-3. The final home game of the 2012 regular season. Fanatic was just doing some dancing on the dugout. He was dancing to Last Dance. That's right. It'll be his last dance here in 2012. He had a young man on the dugout by the name of Sean Hudson, he was trying to get to mimic everything he was doing. And finally, he just decided to mimic Sean Hudson.
He was trying. He had his own routine there at the end. Make up your own dance.
Desmond leads it off against Philippe Almond. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Here we go. There's little Sean walking like a dog. Sean was following along pretty well. And when he didn't follow along, the Fanatic followed along to what he was doing.
Gave it a good effort.
Sean had a huge smile on his face the entire time he was out there. So did everybody else watching. He also had a Phillies cap on and had Greg Lazinski's autograph on the top.
Must have been at the barbecue. Bulls barbecue.
Inside 2-2 to count to Desmond. Desmond's rung up. First out here in the 8th inning. And here comes Danny Espinosa. Espinosa is 0 for 2. He scored a run back in the 5th.
He had Tyler Clippard out there. He wasn't struggling. He really struggled here last night. They were able to get him back in the pool tonight. See if he can have a cleaner inning, feel better about things.
It'd be nice to get one electric moment before this place shuts down for the regular season. One more. Want to know the count. Fly ball, shallow center field. Scherholtz is there. And that's the second out. Time now for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Fan Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. Thank you, fans. Over 3.5 million came through the gates this year. Ryan Howard signing some autographs before the ball games. He does quite often. The youngster trying on a brand new lid. Waldo, of course. We found him. A lot of young kids here at the ballpark tonight. Those are some of the. So there's the 2013 schedule magnet and the postcards that were given out tonight to the fans coming to the ballpark. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Kurt Suzuki takes strike 1. 0 for 3. Grounded out twice. Flied out to center. Line drive right back through the middle. And Suzuki has his 6th hit of the series. Chad Tracy will pinch hit. So Clippard will pitch the 8th inning, as Wheels had alluded to.
Well, Clippard's a big part of their bullpen, big part of their postseason plans. And after the outing he had last night, they probably just want to get him back out there and say, come on, get some outs and feel good about yourself.
The success of a team in the postseason, a lot of times it's predicated on that bullpen.
Oh, big time.
Particularly the 8th and 9th innings.
Pitchers are really tired at this point in the year. Complete games, you don't see a whole lot of them. You don't see a whole lot during the season necessarily, but especially in postseason play.
1-0 pitch coming to Tracy. Ground ball to first, playable for Howard, who just steps on the bag, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left here at the top of the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Phils, down by 4, have some work to do. Like that guy right there. The price is $10. Members receive 2012 Junior Phillies duffel bag, a membership card, discounts, and membership benefits. To register, go to Phillies.com/Junior Phillies Club. It's presented by Powerade. Tyler Clippard into the ball game here in the home 8th inning. And the Phillies will send Lance Nix to the plate as a pinch hitter to start it off for the pitcher spot. Then Darren Ruff and Dominic Brown. Those are the scheduled hitters. Phillies scored 3 runs in the first against Gio Gonzalez, who threw 37 pitches in that first inning. But give the guy credit. He was able to battle through, and he wound up retiring the side in order twice. In fact, retired 11 of the last 12 batters that he faced. So now it's Clippard. It was on. Clippard did not fare well earlier in this series. So here's Lance Nix. Nix, .255 on the season with 3 home runs and 16 runs batted in. The first pitch to him to start the bottom of the 8th. Take it for a strike. It's 0-1. Clippard closed for a lot of this year, but now is settled back into the setup role. He's been one of the game's better setup guys. Outside with a changeup, 1-1.
Well, they don't need him going into postseason shaky. So that's why they're trying to run him right back out there tonight and hope he has a good outing.
Well, the changeup, 1-2 the count. Phillies will play the series in Miami beginning tomorrow night. The matchup is Cliff Lee against Mark Burley. Nolasco against Halladay on Saturday. The Hamels on Sunday as Nix is down looking. He doesn't think so. And 1 away here in the 8th inning. And that'll bring Darren Ruff to the plate. Wheels, last time Ruff was up, we were talking to Sarge about what he thought the moment of the year was here at the ballpark. And Sarge was Sarge mentioned Ruff's home run. I said Chase Utley's home run when he came back off the disabled. What do you think?
Well, yeah, both of those are great. For me, it was Jim Thome that Saturday afternoon when he hit that walk-off. Just a whole set of circumstances. Hit it off that left-hander who was throwing 100-mile-an-hour. You know, when you thought, well, does he have enough bat speed to do anything like that anymore? And, you know, just the idea that he was back here and able to do something like that. So I thought that was pretty exciting.
What do you got, Murph? What do you think?
Well, I'm in lockstep with Wheels. I thought that moment, and, you know, add in the story that Papelbon offered to pay anybody that could, that could get that game and get the Phils a win that night. And then I got a chance, obviously, to talk to him right afterwards, and he got the shaving cream pie in his face. So that was a pretty good moment for me here in the park. That, and, you know, Paul Abdul wasn't bad either. But.
Paul Abdul was a nice moment for you, yeah.
But I'll go with Jim Thome.
Well, Jim, it was such a pleasure to watch him play here in Philadelphia both times.
Just to be around him again was fun for a while.
Followed that up, that opposite field walk-off. You know, that was around the same time where he was hitting those home runs in Minnesota. How about that center field home run he hit in Minnesota?
That was a long one. Then he hit that other one. They couldn't find the ball.
Right, and the
flowers out there.
Yeah. Jim Thome, who last night hit his 612th career home run. 612. And if the Orioles make the postseason, he will have a chance for that elusive World Championship ring. 1-2 the count to Ruff. It was 2 for 3. Ruff has provided the only offense for the Phillies tonight, the 3-run double in the first. And the 1-2 pitch from Clippard. Up high, 2-2.
A lot of fastballs. Look like he threw him one breaking ball, cutter or slider. Not using the changeup. Dominic Brown hit a ball hard his last time up.
Now it's 3-2.
Pretty good at bat. There's the changeup.
By the way, Wheels, the Giants, or excuse me, the Cardinals are not playing tonight.
Right.
If the Phillies wind up losing this ball game, they would be 6 behind the Cardinals with 6 to play. The ball's hit foul.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be.
Nope.
There would be an inevitability involved at that point, which has been a little bit like that for a while.
Now the 3-2 pitch to Ruff. Outside corner. Call, strike 3.
That was a really good at bat.
Phillies were not happy with the Lance Nix call, and I'm sure that one will get them agitated more, because that one was, I think, a little further off the plate. See where Suzuki is set up is a ball.
It's outside. Yep. Darren Ruff had a really nice at bat there, and he walked, but he didn't.
Dominic Brown, who doubled his last time up, he takes high. 1 for 2 tonight. Walked in the first.
A bunch of people leaving right now after Ruff's at bat. That's interesting that they would stay to watch him hit one more time.
Popped him up left side of the infield. Ian Desmond is there toward the hole, and the Phillies go down quietly in their half of the 8th inning. 1-2-3. Well, is it the moment of the year? I guess it's up for discussion, but it was pretty special. Jim Thome's walk-off. Ball game with John Clark and Mike Missinelli, plus a look down the stretch as we kick off the last week of the regular season. That's all next on the Phillies postgame show, live from Sugar House Casino. Jake Diekman will take over as we go to the top of the ninth inning. Jason Worth leads it off, and the first pitch is inside. Tyler Cloyd started. He went 5+, allowed 6 runs on 6 hits. And then Jeremy Horst, who allowed a run. Philippe Almont. Worth fouls it away. It's 0-2. Here's Diekman's numbers: 1-1, a 4.26 ERA. He's managed to get himself into now 31 games on the big league level. Looks like Storing's warming up in the bullpen for the Nationals.
Yeah, they're just going in their rotation right now, even though it's not a save. They wanted to go get Clippard out there, and he did have a clean inning, which has to help his head a little bit.
Yeah, first 1, 2, 3 innings since the 10th of September.
Yeah,
him.
and then to bring Storing in, because it's the way they're going to try and finish games in the postseason.
Worth fouls it down the right field line. Couple walks tonight for Worth. His on base percentage is near 400 for the season. Harper waits on deck. Line drive, base hit down the left field line, hits the ball girl's chair and then dies there. Ruff will pick it up, and Worth will coast to second with his 20th double of the year. He's been on base the last 3 times.
Yeah, that's what he's done very well out of that leadoff spot, and that's where he's going to stay, it would appear. They didn't bring him there. That thing did hit the chair down there. They didn't bring him to Washington, pay him that money to lead off. But you know, that's where it's kind of evolved into now.
That ball took a heck of a spin to get over near that chair. First it hit the wall and then the chair.
Yeah. It's going to be a double anyway.
Yep. So Harper, who's been on base 3 times, a home run, a single, and a walk. He's up here with a runner at second. Diekman's paying no attention to Worth, so he'll steal third, or attempt to, and it's a foul ball.
Yeah, Harper kind of upset at himself there for swinging at that pitch when he had third stolen by that much.
Utley's going to come out and remind Diekman just to keep an eye on him.
Berating himself.
Yeah.
You know, like, how could I swing? And I even could see him going.
Davey Johnson in his first full year back in the dugout. He's headed back to the postseason, a spot where he's been an awful lot during his managerial career. He may eventually tick people off, which is why he loses his jobs, but he is successful.
Well, Davey's stubborn. I've known Davey since the 70s, and he has always been a really good baseball man. He and Tim McCarver, they used to have the best arguments because they don't give an inch.
Think they still call each other up and debate some things?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. But they play bridge together, and, you know, bridge players are very cerebral. And Davey and Timmy, they didn't back off in arguments.
Well, the best winning percentage is after 155 games in the Expos Nationals franchise. And the Nationals right now have it as Harper is down on strikes for the first out.
Only the second time they've gotten him out tonight.
Wheels, the 93 team, that was a good team for the Expos, 89 and 66. 79 was very good. 94 and 61.
And not good enough to beat out the Buccos, though.
And now 94 and 61 here with 155 games in the books.
Yeah, that team that was cut out by the strike in 94. That was really a good Montreal team. That was probably the best team in this league. But we'll never know.
Kratz will go out and talk to Diekman with a runner at second. There's Storen.
He's ready.
And he's just in a catcher's position on the mound. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1, 2, 3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports, giving you all your favorite sports all year long.
Worth really wants to go, especially now with one out.
Slider that sweeps over the outside part of the plate. 0-2 the count. Cincinnati has defeated Milwaukee tonight. The Mets defeated the Pirates earlier today. How about that Cincinnati game, the way that ended? Milwaukee got a home run by Carlos Gomez. That was the only run.
Right. Frazier tied it, right?
Frazier tied it with a home run to dead center field. And then Deoner Navarro won it with an RBI. I guess they scored it a double, although he kept on running. And all that in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Yeah. And that, you know, the Cardinals and Braves are going to be the wild card teams. They're going to play each other in that one game playoff unless something unforeseen occurs.
Way outside.
That'll be what, a week from tomorrow?
A week from tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't check. Deoner Navarro wound up at third. Like I said, he just kept on running, even though the run had already scored. I think he was battling for a triple there, Wheels, instead of a double. Ground ball right side. Utley sprints to his left.
Zimmerman busts down the line.
They smelled a hit.
Yep.
And there are 2 outs. And Adam LaRoche will be the batter. By the way, they did give Deoner Navarro a triple. Outside, 1-1 the count to LaRoche.
LaRoche Swift.
In the dirt, Kratz keeps it close enough to keep Worth over third. It kept on rolling. Worth thought about going at one point. It's 3 balls and 1 strike now to LaRoche. Mike Morse is on deck. Watch this one.
Yeah, it bounces away, and it rolled away enough that in a certain situation he may think about gambling there and scoring, but 2 outs with a 4-run lead, not a good idea.
That ball's hit well to center, but playable for Sherhold. So the Nationals do not score here in the 9th. However, they lead it by 4. Last chance for the Phils. Fan appreciation night. I think everybody would appreciate some offense. As we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, changes for the Nationals. Drew Storen will come on to pitch for Washington, even though this is not a save situation. And he'll face, looks like he's going to face Juan Pierre. Roger Bernardina's in left field for Washington. Take a look at Storen's numbers. Storen 2-1, a 2.39 ERA. This is his 34th ball game. Time now for our W. Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, here in the 2nd inning, they really turn on the long ball of the night. Morse hits this one way up in the air, keeps going right into the flowers. Now here in the 6th inning, is this a bomb? This is a long one. Into their bullpen. Catch out there by somebody out there in the pen. That's one of the longer ones you'll see.
That was a long home run. Those are our W. Mason deliveries of the game. So Storen on the pitch here at the bottom of the 9th inning. And Juan Pierre will lead it off. Pierre, a .313 hitter with a home run and 25 runs batted in. Somebody just won a Philadelphia cheesesteak company pack. That was a pretty good giveaway.
Yeah.
Pierre takes a strike. It's 0-1. They have all these prizes that are popping up all around the ballpark. Some of the items that they auctioned off or raffled off tonight. Really cool items.
It's really a neat night for the fans, and 44,000 tonight.
0-1 the count to Pierre. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies will hit the road for 6 more. Down to Miami, then to Washington. If they wind up losing tonight, they'll be 6 out with 6 to play. Pierre pulls it to the right side. Espinosa is up with it. And 1 out here in the 9th inning. And that'll bring Sherholtz to the plate for the 2nd time tonight. Juan Pierre is getting a really nice round of applause. There's a handful of fans behind the first base dugout. They're starting to stand up. That's kind of neat to see, because wherever the Phillies wind up, and the hope is they'll wind up above the 500 mark before the end of the year, he's had himself a remarkably good season.
Yeah, and fans have recognized there. They don't know if they'll see him back here in a Phillies uniform next year.
Sherholtz takes a strike. It's 0-1. Well, from our standpoint, it's been great to watch him, to talk to him, and just, listen to him talk about the game.
Yeah, he really loves the game, and as much as anything, he respects it.
Over to shortstop, Desmond throws out Sherholtz for the 2nd out. And Storen has thrown just 5 pitches, and he has 2 outs. And here comes Jimmy Rollins. It's finally sinking in that this is the last chance you'll get a chance to see your Phillies here at Citizens Bank Park. Some of the fans are standing here at the bottom of the 9th inning as Rollins comes to the plate. He takes low and in. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Think about series this year that were exciting. The Brewers series was probably the most exciting series here at the park because of all the come from behind victories that the Phillies were able to pick up. Inside, it's 2-0.
Yeah, it's just been a strange year. It's one of those things. So many things you look back on this year, and they just weren't good enough. And then we're going to retool and come back here next year and be good enough. That's the game plan.
Rollins pops it up right side of the infield, and that should do it. The 2012 Philadelphia Phillies home schedule comes to a close as they go down quietly here in the 9th inning, and they lose to the Washington Nationals by a final of 7-3, and they'll finish 1 game under 500 here in Philadelphia. Well, they came up just a little short here tonight against the Washington Nationals, whose magic number to clinch the National League East is whittled down again, down to 3, with the Braves winning tonight and the Nationals winning here in Philadelphia. Mike Morse is our Chevrolet player of the game. 2 home runs. 1 was longer than the other. He finished with 4 RBIs. So he is our Chevrolet player of the game. Final score, it's the Nationals 7 and the Phillies 3. We'll be back to talk some more about it right after this from Philadelphia.